us in Congo, we follow your lives frequently, and we are very, very honored and impressed to see your journey, to see your work, and in the real estate industry, in the coaching industry, and you have created a lot of millionaires. And I'm happy to be one of your students, by the way, and that I'm doing very well in Congo as well. So thank you very much for coming today on this live.
It is a pleasure once again, and it's lovely to see your growth, what you're doing in Africa. I've seen you on the news channels and magazines, and it's just amazing on blogs. So, congratulations for what you're doing in Africa as well.
Thank you very much. So, Tahir, I will be asking you a couple of questions, and you will tell us your thoughts on that as well. And my first question for you is protecting wealth important in terms of earning passive income?
Absolutely, yes. And for our viewers who are just joining in, just so you know that today's session is about protect and build your wealth. We will talk about investments. We will talk about how I did it and how so many others are doing it, and how anyone can do it. Literally, anyone can do it. So just getting that out of the way. So again, if you, it's going to be a bit of a session. So take some notes. If you are watching this on a page or anywhere, just ask questions. It would be a delight to get your questions answered as well. So just wanted to say that, Melody. Sorry, Melody, can you repeat your question once again, please?
Great. So for everyone that is joining us on this live on Facebook, please share the link with your friends, share the link, because this is going to be a massive interview, and Tahir Hussain will give us some keys and some insight on protecting and building your wealth in 2021. So my first question is protecting wealth important in terms of earning passive income?
Absolutely, yes. That's a great question. So the rule number one of making money, according to me, is not how much profits I'm going to make, how are they going to compound. All of that is really important. But the rule number one of making money, especially for beginners, is learn how to protect your capital. Learn to understand how safe your capital is. Your capital, your hard earned money, think how many hours you might have spent to make an extra $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000. Think about that for a minute. And think of your capital as a base to an empire you want to build. The base has to be really strong. And the base is, how am I protecting my wealth? How am I protecting my capital in investments? The profit doesn't matter. The profit is step number two. And the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of amateurs who want to make money real quick do not understand the risk on their capital protection, because someone is giving them a profit 10%, 5%, 2% a month, a day, and they don't realize that their capital might be at stake. They don't realize to make some money in profits, they might risk losing the capital. So if your base isn't strong, if your capital isn't protected, you can never build an empire. You might build a floor, two floors, and then it will collapse. So that's why it's important to understand that if your capital is not protected and there is too much profits to be made, stay away from such a deal, because you're literally gambling. It's just like gambling. So I understand profits are important, but before profits are important, make sure the capital protection is a lot more important. Understanding what are the risks involved in the capital protection, put those risks down, not just the profits, and then make a decision based on that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So today people need to to have that knowledge, because we are facing a unprecedented time, and we really need to learn about how we can protect ourselves and our family and our wealth. So that's very, very important. And my second question goes to kind of investment strategies. Today, people are talking about investment, and many people are even more scared of investing than even scared of other things that we do that destroy our lives. But talking about investment strategies, how do you feel that is important when making decision on investment?
Love that question. Very exciting questions coming from you, Melody. I'm excited because most people don't ask these questions. So you said two things which are very exciting in your question. One is strategy. See, and probably we'll make another question out of it. Most of the people who invest who are poor have no strategy. They only look at the opportunity. Now, there's nothing wrong in looking at the opportunity, but after looking at the opportunity, or while you're looking at the opportunity, you know what you should know what your strategy should be. So we'll probably get that question
Yeah.
answered separately. So you were asking now that what should we be looking at when we invest our money, right? That's the
Yes.
question. Couple of things, and again, if you're taking notes, write this down because it will help you. Number one, credibility. A credibility
Yes.
of the business, the credibility of the company, how long the company has been there, what licenses are involved, do they need Security Exchange Commission affiliation, registration, so on and so forth. The scrutiny that you will do as an investor is on the security, number one, the credibility, the security. Now, once you're like, okay, the paperwork is good, and it shocks me to know that most of the people have no clue about the paperwork. But it's important for you to know that you should see the paperwork. Then the second thing is, are these people who you are going to give your money capable enough of doing the investments? Whether it's real estate, whether it's the stock market, whether it's Forex, whether it is cryptocurrencies, whatever it is. And if they are capable enough, you will make a decision how capable or how safe your money is in their hands, right? So that's number two.
Yeah.
Number three, you should know the exit strategy. So what's next? When do I sell my stocks? When do I sell my property? Do I get a premium? Is my property rented? Many questions, right? Again, I'm giving some examples depending what the investment is. What is your exit strategy? Majority of the people go in an investment without an exit strategy. They're like, we're going to make money and make more money and make more money and we'll be very rich. That's not a strategy. That's wishful thinking. That is
Yeah.
dangerous. So again, we could do a 1 hour session just on this question. But three primary things you want to look at: credibility and paperwork. Are they capable of delivering? How long have they been delivering what they are promising? And then the next thing is the exit strategy. What's your exit strategy? And I'll add one more real quick. Point number four: worst case scenario. Would you lose all your money? Is your capital guaranteed? What's going to happen? What's your worst case scenario? Right? Majority of the time, we're too busy thinking of either only the good case scenario. Sometimes you're too busy thinking only about the worst case scenario. So you should come up with you should analyze and say, okay, this is my worst case scenario and I can live with that. Or this is my worst case scenario and I cannot live with that. This is not for me. But make a
Yeah.
conscious decision on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. If you are joining us on the Facebook Live, please share your comment, share your thought on what Tahir is saying. Say hi and tell us where you are watching us from. And Tahir, I'm coming to the next question, and this is very, very, very important because today many people, like our society, have lost the values of mentorship. And I think in the ancient time, and we used to have that mentorship things, but today like coaching is undermined and undervalued today. And please, is it important for someone who want to build wealth to have a wealth coach?
Again, a very important question. Billions and trillions of dollars are made and lost every day on planet Earth. Think about what I just said. A slice of that money can be good enough for our life, maybe for the next generations to come. A slice of that money lost can mean disastrous for our life and maybe for a couple of years of our life. The reason I say that is because we live in a world where trillions of dollars are made in industries every single day and lost as well. So when you are investing and you are still in the process of learning, meaning you're not an expert in that industry, you're not a professional in that industry yet, what should you do? You should just, pray to God and start? No. You should always pray, I would say, but you have to do more than that. And that's Melody, what you're asking, having a wealth coach. If I had a wealth coach, I didn't have to spend a decade with trial and errors and trials and errors and read a book and a workbook. Again, nothing is wrong with a book or a workbook, but I could have saved maybe 10, maybe 15 years of my life. The successes I have enjoyed, I could have enjoyed that 10, 15 years earlier, not to mention the thousands and the millions I could have actually saved in losses. Now, I'm not saying that if you have a wealth coach, you're never going to lose money. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you are investing, spend some time on someone who basically has an idea and is an expert in that industry. Learn from them, pay them for their time so that they can fast track you in learning. They can fast track you so you don't make too many mistakes, and they can fast track you to earning passive income and becoming rich. You could do that, really. You know what shocks me about this process is that a lot of people would rather go and do a trial and error, hoping it works, and they can lose a couple of hundred, couple of thousand, couple of $100,000, but sadly, they wouldn't go and get a wealth coach. They would probably watch a blog or read a book. I'm not saying they're not important, but I'm saying that if you are putting in hundreds and thousands of dollars or millions of dollars in, it wouldn't hurt you to have a wealth coach who has managed and worked with that kind of money and enjoyed that success. Where do you find them? Leave us a message. They're everywhere. Yes, some of them are not very cheap. Yes, some of them are expensive. Yes, but think of losing a couple of $1,000. Kim, think of losing a couple of $100,000. That is not cheap either. See, so make that conscious decision and make sure whatever you do in investments, you have a wealth coach with you. It is I would say it is mandatory, because now we cannot make an excuse that, oh, I don't know where to find them, the internet is filled. Leave us a message, we will tell you. I'm a wealth coach, so but I only take a few select students every year, so we can assist you with that if you don't know. But because of technology today more than ever, it's so easy to find them thanks to the internet. So great question, Melody. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so coaching is, by the way, very, very important. And for myself, coaching has shaped my life. And I will recommend to go out there and find a coach in your community, find a coach somewhere. And today we have Tahir Hussain, who have created many, many millionaires, and even now he's starting creating millionaire in Africa. So we are very, very excited about what is going to come out in the next day. And Tai, I want to know. I think the people watching us today also would like to know, because when we talk about investment, it's a bit of we know that there's a risk side and all that. And when the market goes down, when there's a crash, and can an investor make money even when the market goes down?
Absolutely, yes. I just want to give a quick shout out to Lorne who left us a message. on Facebook. Lonnie, great to see you, my friend, as well. Hope you find some value in this. So, Melody, coming back to your question on the market going down, yeah, I want to give an example. A lot of people usually are of the opinion that if I buy at a low point and the price goes up, I sell at the
Yeah.
highest price, I make the money. Great. Yes, theoretically, you are completely right. Theoretically, you're right. However, what happens when the market goes down? What happens when you don't get the right price? You don't know what the right price is because none of us have seen the future. We can do some data calculations, but even after doing our data calculations, we can be wrong because the data only shows the history, doesn't show the future. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, what
Yeah.
happens is people run into two kinds of thing. One, they get too scared, they don't do anything. They're like, oh my God, what if I lose everything? Right? So, what we teach
Yeah.
in a strategy in wealth coaching is how can you make money when the market goes up and how can you make money when the market goes down. And here's a simple example. If you understand, fantastic. If you don't, it's all right. Okay. The
Yeah.
idea is, let's say you've got $100,000 or $10,000 or $1,000, whatever that amount is. Never ever put everything in. If you're contemplating the market, you go with part of your money in. If you're not sure, if it goes up, great. No, number two, have the strategy, right? So if it's going according to your strategy, great. If it goes down, have that cash ready, that extra cash. Someone says, "Ty, let's spend or let's invest $20,000." Great, we'll start with 10. We'll start with 15. Why are you not putting 20,000 in? The reason is because if the market goes down, like a crash or something happens which is beyond our control, you want to be ready with some cash to
Mm.
buy whatever it is, whether it's Bitcoin or stocks or Forex, whatever it is, to be ready to buy. So now what happens is two things will happen. Either it will go up according to your strategy and you're happy. Either it will go down and you are ready with some cash and you're like, oh my God, this is a great price. Let's buy some more. Or either it will go up drastically, like really fast, better than your strategy. What do you do when the market goes up better than your strategy? You exit. If it is better than your strategy, you exit. That is why your strategy is important. Why?
Yeah.
Now, here are the problems that people have. When the market goes up, they're happy. When the market goes very high, they don't exit. They just keep on buying and buying and buying. So the logic goes out of their head because the greed kicks in because they don't have a strategy. They're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my. It's gonna crash at some point. You realize that. So that is what people do. And when the market goes down, instead of feeling happy, why would you not be happy if you're sitting with extra cash? They are sad that 70, 60, 50% of their money is already in the market and now the market is going down. They don't believe in their own strategy. The reason they don't believe in their own strategy is because they've not done the homework, because they've not sat down
Yeah.
and see what it means. So please understand that great investors get to make money when the market goes up and they get to make money when the market goes down. They don't get to make money when the market goes up always. It is wrong to believe that every great investor knows the bottom price and the highest price. They don't. They don't. They only have that much data. But what they learn is they've learned how to diversify. So when it grows crazy, they exit. When it goes down, it crashes, they have enough money to buy. Okay? So please
Yeah.
understand that other investors don't have a magic pill. Yeah? So that's a great question, Nalini.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. And I think even myself, I'm learning a lot. And wherever you are watching us today, please share in the comment and tell us where are you watching us from? Are you from Asia? Are you from Europe, America, Africa? Please tell us where are you watching us from. And now, Tahir, we have something that is real everywhere. I don't know. In Africa, it's very, very real. I don't know on your side, but people are very, very scared of investing. So, what do you answer to those who are afraid of investing?
I want to tell you a simple story. Think of Disneyland. You're excited and you want to take some rides. Now, if you've been to Disneyland, you would realize that some rides are a bit extreme. So it has a couple of conditions. If you're pregnant, if you have a heart condition, if you feel dizzy, please don't take this ride. Okay? So now you can get a picture of that. Now, in investments, I always tell that you need to understand one thing: the emotional muscle, right? Think of a muscle, right? Think of a muscle. This is a
Yeah,
physical muscle we can see. I'm talking about an emotional muscle that cannot be seen. An emotional muscle could be joy, could be fear. So if you are a person who is naturally designed to be scared, naturally designed to fear, naturally designed, oh my God, I don't know what's going to
yeah,
happen, I can't sleep at night, then before thinking of investment, you have to work on your mindset. You cannot invest and strategize with a poor mindset. It sounds funny. Why? Because it is not the opportunity that is going to make you rich. It is the consistency, and we'll probably talk about that today. It is going to be the consistency of what you repeatedly keep doing again and again. So putting an effort on the psychology of learning how to be strong mentally before investing is important. So one of the questions I
yeah,
always ask investors is, what would happen if you lose all the money that you invested? Now, here are some answers. These are real answers I've got from people I've coached and trained. Real answers. I'll be very depressed. I'll kill myself. God, please, that
yeah,
should not happen. And if these are the answers, you shouldn't even start investing. Now, some of you would be like, and you know who you are. If you're watching this video, you know who you are. Think of a time when you invested and the market went down. How did you feel? Think of a time. Were you calm and, yep, we have some money, we'll work it out? Number one, how did you feel? If you felt scared and you were restless, we need to work on your mindset. I'm giving you some
yeah,
hints. Number two, think of a time when someone presented you with an investment opportunity. Rather than asking the right questions, you got scared and you shut them down. You were like, nope, I don't want to hear it. Did you do that? So this will give you an idea. You can always shut down an opportunity once you've investigated and come to rational conclusions. Like if Melody, you told me, Tahir, yeah, da 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 da, I would be like, okay, okay. And if I have to say no, what I'd do is that Melody, because of point A, point B, point C, point D, sorry, I don't think this is for me. I'm okay. But if you come to me and I'm like, oh my God, stay away from me, something is not right. You shouldn't be investing because something isn't
mm,
right with the mindset when it comes to money. Maybe you saw someone losing money. Maybe someone in your family lost everything. I don't know what your story is, but understand we live in a world where if you became a millionaire today, no one will even notice. I'll repeat that. Understand we live in a world where if you became a millionaire, no one will notice. You will not make the headlines. You will not even come in the newspaper. Yet your life will change forever, financially at least. That's how much money is available on this planet. So you have to really work on your mindset, on things that you have to look out for before you're investing. It could be a lot of other things, but this will be the key primary factor on how. The thing is that if you are in a wrong state, you can never make the right decision. You can get lucky, you know. Think of being angry and trying to love someone. Pretty hard, eh? When you're in that
yes,
state. Same with investments. You have to be calm, you have to be in Zen, and you have to understand what's going on. React afterwards. Get the knowledge first. Okay?
wow. Wow, that's amazing. So I think we are having such an amazing time. And please, if you have a question, you want to ask something to Tahir Hussain, and I will give you the platform. You can put your question on the comments, and Tahir will answer you directly. So if you are watching and you have a question regarding what we are talking about, or maybe you want guidance, you want maybe a direction on your investment or on your portfolio, I don't know, please share with us on the comment your question, and then it will answer you live. And Tahir, do you think that investing is important anyways?
Melody, if you don't mind, can you repeat the question once again?
Do you think that investment is important anyway, whether there
Yeah,
is risk or whether the market goes up or down? Do you think it's important?
right, yes. And great question. Before I answer that, a quick shout out to Lonnie from Durban, South Africa. Harty, John, lovely to see you. Maggie, lovely to see you as well from the Netherlands. Great. So, coming back to your question, Melody. Uh, so, is investment important? Um, Great question. At the same time, ask this. I have a student. He was telling me that he made over $100,000 in the last 12 months. And I
Wow.
told him, how hard did you have to work? We did the hours. You put the hours in 1 year for him to make that money. And I told him, if that money, let's say $10,000 or $15,000, was put in ABC investments, he could have made that money with 0 hours, and he would have still got over $100,000. Think about that. So here's a question: if you're watching this, maybe you make $30,000, maybe you make 60, maybe you make $100,000 active income in a year. Okay, you know who you are. Write this down. I make how much in a month times 12 in a year, right? Once you've written this down, think about this. There are opportunities out there that can allow you to make that money and much more while zero effort, while zero time of yours is required, or almost zero effort, almost zero time is required. How would you feel? How would you feel when you come and tell someone, oh, finally, after working 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, I've made $100,000 after 1 year, which is, by the way, not a bad income. And someone else comes and says, oh, I made the same amount of money except I was playing golf. You'll be like, what? Your mind will go crazy. I was that individual when I started real estate in Dubai. I would meet people at that time. I wasn't financially rich. I would meet people who would be playing golf and making millions. And my mind couldn't understand what do they do to do that. So that's how important investment is. That's why we're doing this session. So you start consciously working on your mind, your mindset, followed by a couple of other things. So that while you're still working hard, you invest in a way where your money works hard for you. When I was told, how hard is your money working for you? I thought the guy is crazy. I'm like, what? No one taught me that in college. No one taught me that in school, how hard my money is working. I have to work hard for money. That's what they taught me. And then I learned why that is important. Because once your money starts working hard for you, guess what happens? You get to relax. Once your money is working hard for you, you get the hours in a day to spend as you want and still get paid. That's why investment is so important.
And today we are privileged to do that as well. So, in a certain level, our money is working hard for us. So, we invite you to share your question in the comments, and Tahir will answer you live. And Tahir, today I would like you to share something to the youth, to young people that are watching us today. And we are talking about retirement, and many people are worried about retirement because we can no longer trust the government and we cannot put our lives and our future in the hand of the government, but we need to take responsibility of our own lives. So how can the youth actually start preparing for retirement?
So let me break it down how you could. Let me talk to the millennials, right?
Yeah.
Uh, because of social media, because of technology, especially the millennials feel that they're going to live, they have to do everything in 1 year. They have to do everything in 2 years. The world is moving so fast that we believe that after 5 years we will be dead. Now, I know we don't believe that we'll be dead in 5 years, but that's how we are working. We need it now, we need it immediately, we need it urgently, especially with the millennials, right? My message to them is remember one thing, when you invest long term. You don't invest for the next 6 months or 12 months. Sure, you can have a strategy for 6 months, 12 months, where you invest for the long term. Millennials, you have an opportunity to start early because the number of years are on your side. The investment rules by the banks, if you're talking about a real estate mortgage, are on your side. They're in your favor. So there are a couple of investments that are in your favor. So what you want to do is that you want to prepare for long term. Unfortunately, what I've seen is they need it now immediately. See, 12 months from today, we will still arrive. Five
Yeah.
years from today, we will still arrive. The question is, where will we arrive when it comes to your wealth? Where will you be? Would you be better off? See, so the millennials that I've seen, again, I'm not saying everyone is like this, they think they have to do it instantly. So they start making wrong decisions. They start buying liabilities instead of money working hard for them. They're working hard and spending hard, thinking it's an investment. It's not. Anything that doesn't put money in your pocket is not an investment. Anything that takes money out of your pocket is a liability. Simple logic, right? So the message for the youth is, guys, take it easy. I understand you want to do it fast, but if you can show me the consistency, if you can show me the consistency, we can turn you into a millionaire. I'll repeat that. If you can show me consistency, we can turn you into a millionaire. We don't call it the fast millionaire, we call it the unstoppable millionaire. There is a reason why. Because to be unstoppable requires consistency. I'm not saying you won't fail, people fail. How do you get back up and become unstoppable is important in the process. That's my message for the youth, but then again, the same message is for the adults as well. That you're not losing time. No, you're not. Smaller returns with guaranteed capitals are way better than higher returns with zero capital guarantee. Try and imagine that. So, and even if you do lose money in some form, don't spend the next 5 years not investing. That's what a lot of people do. Don't spend the next 3 years not investing. See, a lot of people get offended or put off because they lost money, and yet billions of dollars are lost every day in so many markets every day on this planet. Why are those investors investing again? Why are others not investing? Because others who are not investing say, forget it, investment, I want to stay away from it. They are basically too busy. They're too busy thinking of the short term benefit. They're not thinking about long term. Great investors always think long term. Great investors were ready for the financial collapse that we have seen because of the pandemic. Great investors were ready. They wait for these moments while everyone else is panicking, right? Because everyone else is in for the short term. That's why. So that's my message, guys. That do it consistently and keep doing it. Even if you failed, take a step back, learn from it, do it again. We will not live on a planet where investments won't happen. It's not going away.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Do you love what is happening here? Please share the link with your friends. Share the link so someone can benefit can be a beneficiary of this insight. And we are going to the end very soon. And before we leave Tahir Hussain, I would like to ask him, because I know that Tahir Hussain have achieved a lot in the real estate industry back in Dubai, and he has actually made $1 billion in sales in the real estate industry. So, Tahir, how did you manage to make that volume of $1 billion in sales in actually 3 years of time?
Um, that was a dream come true. In fact, it was not even a dream before it actually happened. So, Melody, can you repeat the last part of your question? What's the question about the $1 billion in sales?
Yeah, so how did you how did you manage to make the $1 billion in sale in the real estate industry?
Okay, so my number one secret to my growth was I was driven, initially, I was driven by money. And here's the question: write a price on your diary that you need to have a comfortable life. What is that number? Right? Write that number down: $100,000, $500,000, whatever that number is. I'm sure a lot of you never thought about it. I also didn't think about it. Once you've written that down, guess what's going to happen when you achieve that goal? Most of the people are working too hard to achieve a goal that they don't know. For me, in real estate back in the days, it was about achievement. I wanted to make money, enough money, I had my number. My number probably was about 200,000 US dollars in 1 year. That was my number. And I was able to do that. But when I was able to do that, the next phase was no more about money. See, you have phases, right? Between 0 to 1 million, and 1 million to a multi-million, and a multi-million to $1 billion in sales, you change in phases. When you start making a comfortable living, what happens to most people? They get too comfortable. They get too lazy because their focus was money, only money. If your focus is how to make the world a better place, sure, the money, but after the money, my phase two kicked in. My phase two was about how can I impact the lives of others? What could I do for
Yeah.
others? And that is where it became a never ending effort for me. One project, second project, third, fourth, fifth, went on and on and on till I looked back one day and I was like, boy, I've come a long way. I wasn't interested. Why? Because once the money was met, once my kitchen and the finances and the mortgage, all of that was good, guess what? Then it was completely achievement driven. I would encourage all of you to, while still have your money as a target, be achievement driven. Be driven by adding value to people. I know it's hard when you have to run your kitchen, but what if you can do both? What if you can choose projects where your finances get better, but you also get to work with some of the best, amazing people who are impacting and changing the world? What if you could do both together? See, that's my message. So once you start doing that, there is no stopping. I was able to do that with my real estate. And now I'm planning to do that with two other companies as we are speaking. Why? Because it's no more that money to run the kitchen. Once that is taken care of, what's that big vision? How many lives would be changed when you are a part of a $1 billion project? That's a better question, isn't it? How many
Yeah.
livelihoods and families and kids would be better off because you were a part of a $1 billion business? Think big. So that is what drove me. And I'm very proud to say that we'll be doing it again and again and again. Even if it takes a decade, again, it's never too late. So some of you mentally cannot understand this. I also couldn't understand this mentally 20 years ago. I couldn't. But when it happened to me, I was like, oh my God, how much money is out there on the planet? It was absolutely mind blowing to see how much money is out there. So Melody, there are a couple of questions. I'm just going to raise
Okay.
that up. Yeah. So, Aman, hi to you as well. And so Maggie has a question from the Netherlands, and the question disappeared. Let me pull out the question real quick. Maggie has a question that I cannot see. Uh, okay, let me try and see how to see the questions. I still can't see that. Okay. Anyways, Melody, go ahead and ask. When I see the question, I'll
Okay.
bring it up.
I think the guy in the technology can help us to find those questions. And also, I would like talking about value. You just say that we should share our value with the world. And talking about value, Tahir Hussain is doing a huge favor. And you can join us in the 7-day challenge. We are going to put the link on the comments. And please click on that link and register yourself for the 7-day challenges with the Unstoppable. It's going to help you how to become an unstoppable millionaire. So if you have a dream, you want to achieve something, please there's a link. Check the link below and please register yourself for that challenge, and your life will change by now. Ibsen, can you tell us more about that 7-day challenge?
Absolutely, yes. I'd be delighted to tell you more about that. So basically, one of the things I've done is a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, it's so expensive and all that." So I've designed a very simple 7-day challenge on how to stay undefeated. It's simple videos, probably under 2-minute videos, and it has a homework in it. In that challenge, a huge part is about your mindset, deciding to get started, and working on where you want to be. So I'll quickly give you an overview. So there is a free bonus there as well on the challenge. I'll briefly talk about my mentors and your mentors, empowering and self limiting beliefs, the power of association, short term and long term goals, and how you can use obstacles to help you go forward. How did I use those, and how can you use those? So it's creative thinking and creative writing as well. So that's extremely important. I was able to find Maggie's question, so I'm going to go and ask, I'm going to read it. How much money is enough to start investment, if I may ask? Most of us feel, or rather think, it takes thousands to invest. And for this case, we think, oh, I don't have enough capital to get started. Excellent question, Maggie. And thank you for asking that. That's what I used to think, by the way. When I got started in investments, that's what I used to think. Oh, it's going to take thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Where will I come up with that money from? So the answer is no. It doesn't take thousands and thousands of dollars. We can talk about certain stocks. We can talk about forex. We can talk about cryptos in specific Bitcoin. Yes, some investments requires probably a couple of $100,000, like real estate, a couple of $1,000 as well. But there are a lot of other investments that do not require that kind of investments. And I used to think the same at one point till I realized really I could put in a 500 or 1,000 or something small enough that I knew I could afford to get started back in the days. So I absolutely love that question. And please be do not among those who are like, oh, investment requires a couple of $1,000. Who has the money? Forget it. Don't be one of those because it doesn't. Cool.
That's nice. That's very nice. And on question, I think there's no more. There's no other questions.
Now, I saw one question. Let me see if I can read that. It's a long one. We have Baba Joshua from, I'm from Nigeria. I have people in my country. A lot of countries are mentioned over there. South of Sudan, Germany, Ghana, South Africa, USA, Zimbabwe, Italy, Libya. That's a lot of countries, Baba Joshua. So many countries. Friends, don't lose your chance. Bring your problem for solution. So this is about, they're bringing in a couple of things over there. So it's a very long thing. I'm gonna skip that question, but let me see if there's anything else. Nope, nothing that I can understand in English. So that's it. That's about it, Melody. Back to you.
Okay, that's great. So we greet everyone from their country, from Sudan, from Nigeria, from Netherlands, from Germany and USA. So we greet you all and thanks for watching this live. And I think we will be again with Tahir Hussain next month in April. We will tell you the dates, and please stay tuned because in this exclusive interview, we come up with topics that can actually change your life and change your life for the better. Take your chance, go for the challenge, register for the challenge, and I will give again Tahir Hussain to share with us his final word on this exclusive interview.
Well, thank you so much, Melody, for putting this together and having me on this call. It was such a delight. And here's the message. By now, you should be taking some notes. By now, you should be, there will be a link for a 7-day challenge in the comments. Click on that link, take the challenge. The best way to grow forward in life is to do is to take that one extra step that you didn't take yesterday. That's a simple message. So I don't think 30-40 minutes will change everything in your life. That would be insane to think. But make these minutes and hours that you're spending with us count, because and take any step that takes you one step forward and share with us what was that step that you had taken, and we might be in this journey with you as well and bring you more nuggets of knowledge for you. So but then I encourage you to take that step even if you're scared, and take some notes and share some of your success stories with us as well.
Thank you very much. And Tayyip is always live, like every week on Instagram, on Facebook. Please, you can watch him and follow him as well because he always come up with a subject that actually on business, on money, on financing, and on wealth as well, even life mindset. So please follow him, and also you can change your life. You can get his book. Is the author of Unstoppable Millionaire. That book have changed my life. You can also get that book. Taye, can we get the link where we can buy the digital book or maybe order the hard copy book as well?
Done deal. So in the comments you will be able to see the link for the 7-day challenge, number one, and then in the comments on the page you will also be able to see the link for the digital audio book and the digital book as well. So you can go over there and buy it from there as well. If you want a paperback, just go to Amazon, Google my name on Amazon, and then you will be able to buy from Amazon a paperback book as well.
Yeah, very, very interested book. And actually, if you want to become unstoppable, I recommend you to read that book. And if you are into business, into real estate, and you cannot miss to read that book as well. Thank you very much for this time. Thank you, Tyrison. And for me, I will have you again next month on this channel. Thank you very much. And thanks for everyone. Thanks for watching. Please remember to join the challenge, and let's take it from there. Let's give you some coaching and some insight to take your life to the next level. Thank you. Bye bye.
See you all. Bye for now. Take care. Thank you. Bye.